Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday League Pundits here on the 90th minute. Over on the far couch, we've got Brett.
Shalom.
We got Waz.
It's an audio podcast.
What's up, guys? Champions League edition here.
How do you forget every week? We also got Greg.
Hello.
And I am Liam.
Yeah.
Before we get in to the football, big day in history-wise. I mean,
Oh, yes. Juan Mata went to
No.
Galatasaray.
No.
That's...
No, Wazinho. No.
Oh,
It's a big day historically. I mean,
yeah.
of course, we are talking and we are recording this on the day of Queen Elizabeth's passing and everything like that. So, you know what? Respect to her and the family and all of the
Monarch.
UK and everything like that and the Commonwealth nations, everyone under that
yeah.
umbrella. But let's get into football specifically.
Hold on. Before we get into it, I just want to ask one question.
Yes.
Where were we when the news broke?
Work.
In bed.
Right here.
You were still in bed?
No, actually, I just got. Actually,
Didn't
no.
it come out like at noon?
No.
Around noon, yes.
No, because I woke up and I was on Twitter. I was like, this doesn't look good. You know, there's a live coverage of just Buckingham Palace. Something seems wrong here. So I said, I'm going to go make myself a nice breakfast sandwich of eggs and ham and everything. And then, I was like, I think I was eating breakfast. That's where I was at like noon.
Yeah.
But we are here, moving on
Yes,
past
thank
this,
you.
but
Okay.
we are here because we are going to have midweek podcast now,
Yeah,
or I
that's what I
guess
was gonna say.
Friday podcast now to talk about, we have tournaments.
Well, yeah, for the European competitions. I don't know. Are these weekly now?
Well, they're going to try to be. Especially when this big boy's up for sale.
No, I mean, like, are the European competitions right now every week?
Not every week, but most weeks.
Almost.
Oh, okay. Because I was saying, like, there's a tight deadline before the World Cup.
Yes.
It's a very...
And now in the Premier League, there's going to be an added postponement now because Premier League probably will not be played and Championship and
But the
Scottish
problem is,
Premiership and everything like that will probably not be played for a week at least, maybe two. So who knows
Yeah.
when these games will actually happen?
Because, like...
well, it's not confirmed that they're canceled yet.
No, but the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to break down some of the biggest headlines, scores, matches, all that good stuff. I got to be completely honest. I haven't watched much.
It's okay. Lucas didn't watch any Premier League last weekend.
I watched Celtic. I watched about the last 10 minutes of Liverpool and about the first 20 minutes of United.
I watched
That's what I've watched.
I watched the first 30 minutes of Celtic Real Madrid,
Congratulations, you were treated to
Brett
some
and I
Brett-
watched
Brett-
the watched the first 30 minutes of Liverpool Napoli.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
so
Brett and
my
I
hand's still bad,
were
like
keeping an
that.
eye on the PSG Juventus match, Celtic, of course, on Tuesday, and then
Sorry to interrupt you. How was that stream? That was live on twitch.tv/9th minute
It's
official,
alright.
of course.
Not too bad.
How were the Celtic fans in the chat?
They wanted you.
I know that, but how were they reacting?
It started off well, and then they got disappointed.
Okay, never mind. I thought your mic was off. It
Oh,
looked
it's
off.
good.
Okay,
We're
never
Gucci.
mind.
We're already
Gucci,
I'm
man,
so
it's
sorry.
all right.
Sometimes I watch you do things, then
Well, I
I'm
just looked
so
and I was like, oh,
curious.
Alex down. Never mind.
But no, I'll be honest with you. I just sat here and watched basically everything I could.
Fair enough.
So,
So you'll carry this one tonight.
Oh, I don't want to, but no, it was funny because I'm sitting there and I'm like, Celtics not doing too bad. Okay,
So
I
good.
can dig it. And then all of a sudden, Real Madrid scores one.
I mean,
As soon as
no,
one goes in,
Yeah.
we can start there if you want, because that was match day 1 of the Champions League. I'll go through it quickly. I did not watch the game. I was at work, and I purposely had my phone, like the internet, turned off, so I had no idea what the score was. I called when I got off work. I called my house. My sister was home. I said, "Look, go downstairs."
You still have a house phone?
Well, her cell phone.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
home, but I do still have a house phone. though,
yeah,
let's be
I have a
honest.
house phone too.
Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to old people's houses. But I called her. I said, listen, go downstairs, rewind it on DAZN all the way to the very beginning and pause it. I don't want to see any score line, nothing. She did that. I got home. I watched it. And then but it was about 15, 20 minutes into the game. She knocks the door. She goes, Liam, why are you screaming? I was like, listen, I'm pacing the basement. I've lost a slipper. I kicked it across the room. Like, Callum McGregor, when he hit that post, I actually yelped. Like, it
Credit
was,
to you for dodging everything.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, wow, that's what Lucas does.
Oh, I put effort into it.
I've done it, but
I put
I
effort in. I said
I've
I
also
can't-
tried to do it before, and then my brain just doesn't even think, and I just there was one game. It was 2 years ago. I was trying not to watch a Fulham game, not look at the score, and I was gonna go home and watch it, and literally. It was just Waz. I'm pretty sure we scored, and Waz just like, yeah, Fulham! I'm like,
The amount of times I put in like Mitro, and I'm like, Greg's at work.
so no, Liam
Yeah,
did that.
I had no internet. I didn't turn on my Wi-Fi, my data, nothing. I went through the entire game without any internet. I was kicking every ball from my couch, honestly.
But Wazzy was saying, like, he said it early on during the match. He's like, it seemed like it was going to be a story of
Yeah.
the missed
Yeah,
opportunities.
and I knew what was going to happen, especially after Dyson Maeda missed his chance early in the second half. I said, that's it right there. That's done. When McGregor hit the post, that was just terrible luck. I mean, he hit the inside of the post.
Great hit.
It was a great effort. It was Maeda's one, and I went, man, you should have scored this one.
No ball, man.
No, honestly. And then I said, there's no way you're going to keep Madrid off the score sheet.
Yeah.
Even if Benzema comes off injured early on, which he did, they brought on £100 million Eden Hazard. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Like,
Yeah.
eventually, Madrid's going to score a goal or two. So, you had to take those early opportunities and try to actually force Madrid to come out a bit more to score that goal to even it and maybe get in behind. I thought Celtic played a great first half, though. I mean,
Yeah,
Giamakis up top was so good at holding up the ball.
Credit to them, 100%.
O'Reilly was good. I thought Jota was a little quiet for his standards. Maybe
He had early in the game though. He had the first touch pass that he made, or I forget who it was, but he really fluffed his chance early on. He got sent him through on a breakaway. It was a brilliant.
I mean, the best pass of that game was Rio Hatate's first touch volley cross the entire field.
I saw that one too. That one was sick.
I wept. It was so nice.
Are you going to give Luka Modric his dues here or what?
Luka Modric caused a storm on Celtic Twitter because he posted on Twitter like, "Oh, thanks to Celtic Park, what a great atmosphere," and Celtic responded with like a tweet of them clapping, going, "Oh, appreciate you, Luka," and I was like, "You're just appreciating a man who just dicked us down 3-0. Like, you can appreciate him, but don't verbalize it, But yeah, Luka Modric had a good game. I thought Toni Kroos had a good game. I thought Hazard had a good game after he came on. He actually looked very comfortable up front, but I did not expect Celtic to beat Madrid, so fair enough.
That's not the team you need to beat in this group.
The team that we need to beat is a team that I don't know how they won 4-1, but Shakhtar Donetsk
Yeah.
and former Celtic man Marian Shved scoring a brace. The man's played 3 games for Celtic before we shipped him out.
Yeah, Tuesday in the Champions League at least led
There were
to
some wild scores.
no that it kind of ruined some careers. Like some people got sacked. Like let's talk about
Ooh,
Shakhtar
literally.
Leipzig because Shakhtar.
Well, I mean, just quickly, Marian Shved scores 2. Shakhtar wins 4-1 in Germany. It turns his group on its head, I think. Celtic, you got to beat Shakhtar, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
You got to beat them.
The thing is, it's gonna be difficult when you go there. Celtic need, and of course this is Real Madrid, but you need to win your games at Celtic Park because of the great atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Didn't Leipzig's manager get sacked?
Yes, he did. They have
Really?
Yeah, they sacked him
Well,
after this one.
Oh, I didn't know
missed
that. I
that.
mean, to lose
And-
4-1 to Shakhtar at home.
It actually might have been.
bad.
It was maybe it was before that game, possibly. Don't quote me. It's either before or just after. I don't know. But they have a new manager in. Was it Marco Rose got sacked, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think.
Oh goodness.
Because I think that was their manager before, no? Maybe I'm out to lunch.
Let's see.
But that was I was shocked by
It is
that.
Marco Rose is their new manager, the former
Okay.
Dortmund manager. The man who got fired was Domenico Tedesco.
Oh, okay. I
Fuck you,
do remember
Domenico,
hearing
and
about that.
Marco Rose, who is a big
Did
Celtic
it say
fan.
when he got sacked?
Really?
He was a big Celtic
just
fan,
before.
apparently.
It was before the
Buddy,
game.
he used to come to the games.
Yeah, and everybody wants to play for Celtic as well. Is Zlatan eventually going to lace him up at Celtic
He
Park?
still could.
Is Xavi? Is Xavi going to start
No,
playing?
my next Celtic hope is that we can offer Cristiano Ronaldo a 1-year deal
Oh, I thought he was shy.
We'll see how much you can afford
in
that.
the Premier League.
Let's
that'd be cool.
move to the other Scottish club.
Well, quickly,
Oh.
before we forget to mention, ZAGREB defeats Chelsea
Well, we can
That-
get there
well-
as well.
Oh,
The Rangers is also in the Champions
No,
League.
because I'm going based off Tuesday and then Wednesday.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, we can talk quickly about Rangers.
Okay.
Then I think we're gonna spend some time on Chelsea. Quickly about Rangers.
They got
They-
sacked.
they-
They got smacked.
They
Not
did a
sacked.
lot of talking online, making fun of us. Oh, you lost 3-0 to Real Madrid. One man, I don't know what Twitter account this was. He's a diehard Rangers fan. I actually scrolled through his account for about 20 minutes because I had to just read what this man was saying. He tweeted, and I quote you word for word, "This loss to Ajax is not as bad because you should be getting something at home versus Real Madrid. They're the
Sorry.
reigning European champions. You're playing Ajax.
Yeah.
I'm sorry."
Who's just been like decimated
Like-
from.
Which is very
Well,
impressive.
I
Oh,
also
hugely
I
impressive.
called that.
Bullshit.
Everyone had Rangers above Ajax. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
and I had
Rangers are
Ajax.
showing their true colors because they're fucking dog.
They conceded
You-
8 goals in 2 games.
You bounced them, and then
Easy.
Ajax went, slapped them.
I loved
I don't know what that
Edson
was.
Alvarez.
I don't either.
Shout out to
You missed
your,
on that.
your Mexican man.
I told you.
Edson Alvarez had a great game. The Mexican midfielder. Also, shout out to Steven Bergwijn.
Yes.
Good goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, he's relevant
And
again.
Berghaus.
Berghaus.
Berghaus scored one too.
Yeah.
Bushwies?
Yeah. What?
Name Bushwies?
I don't know. They
I
called him
don't know.
Berghaus. On
Okay.
the,
Burger House.
Yeah,
scored
but
a
no,
goal.
Even I heard that too, and I was like, I don't think that's right.
I was definitely very surprised by the scoreline. 4-0 from Ajax, and it shows their philosophy. Like, they tweeted out.
Yes.
Some guy was like, what the hell what are they doing at Ajax? How are they still winning?
They're still a great club. It's not like they're just gonna fall off a cliff
I
just because they
thought-
lost some players.
Not me. It wasn't the players. I thought because Ten Hag's gone, they can't do that anymore. They can't create the magic.
Well, I just thought more of it being, and this is still match day 1, but I still see it as not necessarily it's decimated. It's Ten Hag's gone. This guy's gone. This guy's gone. It's over. You know, Ajax can never fix it. But it was more of a. It's gonna take a minute for everything to kind of move over to the new regime, have these new players understand. Not obviously, not all these players are new, but they're going to have to bring in new guys in a new, either new system, in a new position, new expectations, and that's not the easiest transition to go through. So that's mostly where I was sitting on that, but it looks like it's pretty flawless
Yeah.
so far.
And like you're saying, it's match day 1. There's 5 other games, and we'll see how it goes.
Goal difference might come into play in that group, though.
Mhm.
And to lose 4-0 first match day, that's. I think Rangers can do something at home, especially. I mean, we saw in the Europa League what they did at home, but there's a lot of unrest going on already at Rangers. They want Van Bronckhorst. I mean, his comments after the game, did you see them?
Mm-mm.
Were shocking.
Really?
Shocking.
Was he saying he's like they were the better team and shit?
No, he said basically that. I mean, let me see if I can Google or tweet his find his stuff on Twitter, because basically what he said was there's almost no point to Rangers playing the Champions League. We can't compete. This is not possible.
What?
Meanwhile, Ange Postecoglou's going, well, if Real Madrid's here, we're gonna play our game. We're gonna take our game to them, and if we lose, well, as long as you give them a good fight, kind of thing.
He's going basically. I want to just play in the Europa League because we get to play worse teams. Is what it
Basically, he
sounds.
goes, well, this is more of our level kind of thing, but
That's
that's
The
really
point of like
wrong.
Champions League nights is to go out and make a story for yourself.
Magic.
Yeah,
To make
essentially,
magic.
You
and
know, anything can really happen in these tournaments. Like, look at Sharif last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think they went into
Yeah.
that match against Real Madrid in Madrid and said, "Oh, you know what?
oh, they probably saw the group like, well, this-
Wish we were in the Europa League." Like, shut up. That pisses me off. Like, especially with how many, like, you take a look. I was looking at have you seen the Arsenal commercial for the Europa League?
we're back, baby.
Yeah, Ramsdale turns around and is like, "We're back, baby." It's like, is that really what you want to
Yeah.
be saying? Like, but like, that's what it feels like he's saying. It's just like, I wish I was Ramsdale.
Giovanni
right now.
Van Bronckhorst insists it is too much to ask to expect Rangers to be able to compete with the financial powerhouses of the Champions League. You're playing Ajax.
Do you think?
You're not playing Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Ajax are a great historic big club,
Yeah.
but Rangers should realistically, and I'm going to say I'm going to include Rangers and Celtic in this. That's a team you should be competing with.
Do you think Maccabi Haifa is saying that? I think Victoria
I was gonna say
Pilsen.
Victoria Pilsen, yeah.
Like
It was just very much of a throwing in the towel, giving up attitude. And the players, I mean, you look, when Steven Gerrard was in charge of Rangers, they were really motivated to win things. Now they just seem off the pace and off the competitive nature. And maybe Van Bronckhorst has to go. Maybe he's just not the right manager for this Rangers team. I do think this Rangers team needs work, though. It's getting a little stale, a little old. Maybe some new young faces need to come and get Alfredo Morelos out of there, please, for the love of God.
Another club who probably doesn't have that mentality is Dinamo Zagreb.
Yep.
After beating Chelsea 1-0.
Yeah.
Chelsea sacking Tuchel. It's shocking because in that stream, somebody goes in, it writes in the comments, goes, or in the chat, and they go, so, do you think Tuchel ends the season as manager? And I sit there and I'm like, I think the better question is, do they start next season with?
Yeah.
Because I genuinely sat there and I went, I think they'll try and get through this season and see. Because I think it's just too difficult of a change as well for them to make it
Wild.
right now.
He won the Champions League
Yeah,
a little over a year
they
ago.
Spent so much money this offseason. I will agree, maybe the money didn't go to the perfect places. We all knew Chelsea needed a goal scorer, a center forward. They let Lukaku go out on loan to Inter Milan because Lukaku did not want to play at Chelsea. But they didn't replace him.
Yeah.
They got Aubameyang, but
They
I don't
also
know if Aubameyang was the one. I don't know. He was available, I guess, on deadline day especially. But I don't know if he was the one.
I just feel it's so harsh for Tuchel when that team, they still are recovering from everything that went on last season with Abramovich. And
There was a lot that happened off the field at Chelsea, but they have the new owner in Todd Burley. Is it Burley? Bowley.
Todd Bowley.
And I mean, he gave financial backing. He did what was needed, kind of thing. Now it's up to the manager and the players to sort their shit out, and the players are not performing. You can't fire 11 bodies, you know?
No.
Yeah, it's very strange. I think it's definitely undeserved right now. I think he should have had maybe a few more months, at least. Like, just
But how long do you go?
I don't know. That's a good question, but like, just to sure you lose your first Champions League game, but doesn't mean you're out of the group stage.
and it's also, you're going to Zagreb. That's not a
No,
easy.
not
That's
really.
not an
No,
easy
it's
place to go.
But 6th in the Premier League.
Which is
They
not
have
horrible.
conceded more goals than they've scored. Is not horrible. They're only 4 points behind 5 points behind
still early.
Arsenal.
Like,
It is early.
Look at Man United, for
But
example.
is maybe the idea we got to stop it before it gets worse,
Yeah.
kind of thing?
That's probably what he's saying, but
But where? So you have to be
Not
sitting
even that.
there.
I think I saw online, it was like the owner was like, we just kind of want to change right now. I think we think it's better if we have a change.
But why? Why 5 games in?
Yeah, like, that's
why
the
are
thing.
you now making
Yeah.
that decision 5 matches in, a match into the Champions League, and a couple matches into, or I think it's a match into all of your domestic cups? Like,
I swear.
why now?
I'm gonna be honest. Winning the Champions League as a Chelsea manager is a curse
Yeah.
because Di Matteo got sacked
Yeah.
after winning it, and now Thomas Tuchel. Yes, Thomas Tuchel had like another year under his belt compared to him, but it's
well, I'm wondering, do you think the owner goes and says, well, Chelsea sacked their man. They sacked Lampard, then went and won the Champions League, getting a new manager. Do you think they're going like maybe something is on the cards
if
there?
anyone's
But
gonna do it, it's gonna be Graham Potter. He's a great,
Yes.
fantastic
Graham
manager.
Potter has been appointed the new Chelsea boss. Pochettino was being linked with it. I went, why would you want Pochettino?
Yeah.
That man's stock fell so much when he took that job at PSG. But Graham Potter,
Zidane was available.
Zidane's available.
Not really.
Zidane
He's not
doesn't
gonna
want to
go.
learn English. He's just waiting for the
Oh, he
French
knows English.
national.
He just- I
No,
don't
he
think-
doesn't. He said he does not want to learn English. So he's waiting for the French national team after his World Cup, guaranteed.
How does Zizou not know English
He just doesn't give a
by
fuck.
now?
Do you think
Bielsa,
Zidane gives a
Bielsa
shit?
didn't know English.
He just sat on a bucket though.
Messi
But-
is learning.
Graham Potter did wonders at Brighton, and it's honestly heartbreaking to see that project
Same.
come to an end.
Yeah, considering what they're doing right now.
How good this season has been for Brighton and him, it's heartbreaking.
Shame on Chelsea for taking Graham Potter from Chelsea. That's
But
disgusting.
He said yes. Like,
That is
you
disgusting.
You can't say no to Chelsea.
Yes,
sure
you can.
you
I
can.
would say no. I would say, hey, Chelsea, come from. No, I ain't touching you for 10 books. I'm going to get fired the next week.
But the thing is, I understand what Greg's saying because okay, let's say he rejects Chelsea, he stays on at Brighton, they have a decent season. Who knows what's available for him?
I think Brighton.
United's not going to be available. Man City's not going to be available. Liverpool, you never fucking know.
I think if Potter stayed with Brighton, Brighton could have been in Champions League next season.
No,
They'll fall off a bit. They're gonna have a great season.
Brighton will finish 8th, which would be a great season for them.
Maybe I think 7th.
I'm gonna give you 8th.
They could fight for Conference League. I'd like that.
But also, yeah, and also, speaking of Brent, Adam Lallana is player manager.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Go Lallana.
I mean, I hope this doesn't just dismantle and derail their season and watch them plummet, because it's possible. It's possible that Brighton now go on and just lose all their structure and their ideas.
We will.
But
But
This is a European
sorry.
competition podcast though.
Yeah.
Fight me, Jesus Christ!
Let's move on.
Yeah, also quick shout out to Marc Cucurella, who must be feeling like he's in prison. But let's move on to, should we go to, you know what, let's move on from England for a little bit here. We can come back to them. But let's talk about the match that we were actually streaming that day, and that was PSG Juventus. You hate Allegri ball.
Oh, I hate Allegri ball. Juventus is so boring, so stale, so dull. There's no creativity. I was watching that match. I'm wondering, do you know what you're doing with the ball? They were so slow. There was no tempo to the match. PSG carved them in and out. Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. Neymar, I swear to God, best player in the world right now. You mark it. He is the best footballer on the planet right now, Neymar.
Have you watched Erling Haaland recently?
Not close. He can score goals, but technical ability.
I'll give you that. Scoring
Neymar's
goals
been
does not equal
incredible.
best player. I'll give you that 100%.
I just love, sorry, before you move into your point, how you continued with your sentence, and as the sentence continued, there was just more of an accent.
Yeah.
And then you hit your peak, and then you came back down. It was honestly a linguistic masterpiece.
Journey. It was a journey.
Probably was a Waz accent that happened.
Didn't PSG only win 2-1 though?
Yeah.
Yes,
it was
final for
great.
PSG.
It was fantastic. The lob to Mbappe with the strike. I forgot the second
It
goal.
was a great goal, I gotta be honest.
It was beautiful.
It actually won the Champions League goal of match day 1. It's a good
100%.
goal.
Well, actually, I would personally disagree with that.
It was damn near Callum
Maybe.
McGregor. Damn
Maybe.
near.
Wait till I get to Ousmane Dembele.
Usman Dembele.
But yeah, no, both of PSG's goals came relatively early. It looked like it was going to be almost a rout, to be honest with you. But kind of down the stretch in that match, Juve kind of started not necessarily to figure it out there, but they were pressing a little bit more. They had more chances, but just couldn't put one away on Donnarumma. They almost had a couple of equalizers.
I didn't like some of the slander that Mbappe got online. Like, there was a moment where Neymar was on the other side of the wing and Mbappe was going down. I think it was on the right hand. And someone says, look how selfish Mbappe is going for the shot. He should have crossed it to Neymar. But I mean, if he crossed it, there was a high chance it was going to get intercepted. It wouldn't. It was a very high risk cross. So if he went for the shot, there was no problem with it. I mean, he's a confident lad.
When a player has that much hype and everything looking at him, there's always going to be criticism.
I
Under
think
the microscope.
I don't like it.
No, 100%.
There's one player right now who deserves all the criticism, and it's not Mbappe. We'll get to him later.
I was going to say, so this is the toughest group on paper, at least PSG will have in their group. I mean, Benfica had a good 2-0 result versus Haifa, but
Is that a good result?
well, I
Yeah,
mean, I think it is.
I
Any win
think
is a
at
good
the end of the
result.
day, if you get 3 points, it's a good result.
I would agree with that. Well, the question is, does this springboard PSG into having the potential of winning this Champions League?
Not yet. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
It's a good win, though.
I mean, they're always going to be a favorite.
I think
but-
in the group stage they will always prove how good they are. It's the knockout stages
Yeah, let's
where
see
they're
what they can do.
struggling.
Let's quickly finish off those Tuesday matches. Borussia Dortmund did win 3-0 versus Copenhagen. Bit of a surprising scoreline. I mean, I think Dortmund were the favorites, but maybe not by 3 goals. Jude Bellingham did get on the score sheet, which I do always love seeing him get goals. And a big 4-0 victory for Erling Haaland and Manchester City as he scores 2 more goals.
To be fair, Sevilla is so poor right now.
Well, just Manchester City gets the dumbest group ever.
Yeah.
Like Dortmund, who's a shell of themselves, as I say consistently. And then you see what happens against Sevilla. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens against Dortmund,
It'll be very surprising if City don't walk away with 18
Will,
points.
will
honestly.
City concede a goal in this group?
They'll concede, yeah.
Do you think?
Do they drop a point though? I don't think so.
I don't know if they'll concede all group stage.
I think it'll get to like match day 6, and they'll have like
Yeah.
Nathan Ake out there again, and they're just like, oh,
Scott Carson's getting a run out.
yeah, exactly. I think they'll be done. But let's move on to the next day as big result for another English club.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, yeah, we're going there.
okay,
And you know what? Wazzy's looking pretty smart after this one as well. 4-1 smashing for Napoli over Liverpool.
Let's go, Napoli, the Naples City.
The Scousers aren't happy.
What the fuck happened?
I have Trent. Trent and
Oh
Joe
my
Gomez.
God.
Trent, I mean,
Joe Gomez is not the Joe Gomez that was there
No, he's
a couple years ago.
look. I was talking to Lucas. Sorry, great.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
talking to Lucas a little bit yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, it was the whole team. It was the whole team. Joe Gomez is poor." I talk a little bit about Trent.
he slandered Trent.
You can't blame Trent too much. But he's like, but he was poor. I'm like, Trent was terrible.
He was.
Yeah.
And you want to know what actually really upsets me? Even last season, Trent, we all knew, wasn't the best defensively. What did Liverpool not do? Buy a backup right back.
Yes, they did.
Who?
Alvin Ramsey.
Yeah, there you go.
He's injured.
That's not going to be good enough. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm
Wasn't
sorry.
he very good in the?
the thing
He's
is,
fine.
the thing is with Trent right now, we can echo what everyone's saying about him, how he's just awful. And the fact is, it's for me, it's not even how defensively poor he is. I feel like his work ethic when
Yes.
tracking back is very
He's-
odd. Especially, I think it was the third goal
Yes.
when Kvaralalala tossed him like a salad. And
Wow.
he just jogged back a bit. He was just jogging. He didn't.
Do you know what that means?
What?
We're powering through that one.
Listen, you don't know what you said.
Continue.
Listen, I do know what you're saying. That third goal, he got beaten, and then he just went, I'm not going to track back. I'm just going to... He ended up with his hands on his hips, standing
Yeah.
as the ball crossed the line.
And for me, sorry. Like, I'm looking at that. I'm kind of like, okay, maybe he's trying to just cover the space in case there's a runner behind him, but there wasn't. There was no one near him. He just jogged.
First goal was the penalty. He wasn't at fault for the penalty, but he did not track the run into the box, which then led to the shot against Milner.
James is not the player he wants.
No.
He's not supposed to be starting for Liverpool. He shouldn't be starting for Liverpool.
They got hit with injuries again.
But why are they not depth? Why are they not signing a bench?
Because they spent so much money on one man.
Oh, that's a dumb man. I gotta tell you. All he's done is headbutt a guy so far. Holy shit. And
Darwin Nunes. How about
I
that
mean-
guy on TikTok who just fights the melody every single
Like,
song?
And I'm sure he will become good and he'll score goals and he'll be positive at Liverpool.
My issue with
But
Liverpool
man.
is
I don't know right now.
Lucas is telling me, like, I'm like, they need to stop playing a high line. But, they've always played a high line. Well,
Mhm.
you need to adapt
Yeah.
right now because your team is hurting.
Yeah.
I'm
They're-
sorry, Klopp. Your high line isn't working right now. It's being exposed by every team in the
Mhm.
league, and now Napoli.
And not exposed 2-1, 4-1.
Bronx scored.
Frank did score.
you
Did
know-
you see his explanation about his celebration? He
Yes.
salutes. His dad was in the military, and he died when he was a young kid.
Yeah.
So he salutes for his father.
That's
Who?
Shout out to Frank
Frank
Kessie.
Kessie.
Yeah.
No.
One thing I wanted to mention
Oh,
about
sorry, you're saying Andre Frank Zambo.
Yeah, because we're talking about.
That is true.
'Cause we're
You said
talking
Frank.
about
I was
Napoli?
confused
Yeah,
about
same, like,
that.
how do we-
Honestly, you said Frank, and I just really thought Frank Kessie because I
No.
read that story.
No, but
Zambo.
with
Anguissa.
Liverpool, I do. For me, I'm like, I wanna slander them as much as I can, but then I question also, are they burnt out?
Well, when he was at Mainz, the 5th season, Jurgen Klopp's team had the worst season in Mainz. When he was at Dortmund, his 5th season, they had their worst season. This is his 5th season at
Is
Liverpool.
it the 7th?
It's 7th. It's the 7th season.
Fucking Twitter is bullshit. Just ignore me today.
But yeah, but like,
Which is crazy how long he's actually been there.
Yeah,
If-
it's
gone by
genuinely,
quick.
I read that
Well,
on Twitter. I was like, oh,
when you think
interesting
about it,
stat.
think about, I mean, Liverpool last year went to what, almost every final. They got
Yeah.
second in the Premier League. Like, sure, these players are probably physically and still mentally burnt out,
And he
right?
plays
Like,
a very high intensity game. And
That's
lots
the
of high
thing.
press.
And
Lots
they
of
don't
running.
have the depth. Like they'll
and the question after losing so many finals and how the league finished, is that how is that motivation right now? Are they motivated? Are they driven right now? Like I think that there's a mental thing going on at Liverpool as well. It's not just a physical thing.
I'm upset with you though because you still won't get mad at the one player on that team who has not been performing when he is debatably their best player.
Mo Salah?
Yes.
100%. Mo Salah.
He keeps ripping into every other Liverpool player and then he just like, I like Salah.
Honestly, the only attacker I've been impressed with two. I was impressed with Jota there against Napoli. He did score the goal. And
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben
Holy fuck.
Holy shit, buddy. Get outside.
Diaz.
Loosh.
Oh.
Loosh.
Diaz.
Um,
I'm so sorry.
you know what? We've been talking too much about the Liverpool side.
Yeah, how about Napoli?
The Georgian?
Yeah, the Georgian.
Even my dad goes, my dad was something, he goes, this Georgian guy's pretty good.
Yeah,
I was like,
Viridana,
he is.
baby.
Oh, Napoli. They were-
yeah, I can't.
I watched it. I saved a TikTok of him specifically saying his name so I can go back to Georgia.
No, Napoli's been. They've been impressing. They're impressive.
Impressive. Yeah, there we go.
They're
But
good.
I mean, I think that's kind of his coming out party. I think a lot of people have been talking about him since the start of this year, going, maybe this Georgian kid's pretty legit. And then he goes and dices Liverpool.
I would love to see him. I mean, this is a different topic, but take Napoli to a Serie A title. But I love the way he plays. I think he's like 6'1", 6 foot around there. He's got such good feet. He's able to shoot. I mean, he's just so technically gifted. Like, I mean, he came from the Russian league as well, right? Like, and I think they signed him for like around 20 million,
Yeah,
maybe
he's
less.
cheap, yeah.
And Zelensky had a hell of a
But,
game.
yeah, 100%. But I thought Anguissa was fantastic.
Oh, I've always liked him.
A couple
Not
more.
his first season with Fulham, but then the ones after it was good.
A couple more matches I want to get into in the Champions League before we move on to the Europa and Europa's little brother, really. But we'll move on to Barca, as that one wasn't very competitive, but I mean, we should talk about it because you're a big fan of Ousmane Dembele.
And Robert. It's a hat trick
So,
for Robert, man.
Liam Horban on
Obviously,
Kickback, he said, right now, Dembele and Lewandowski, what a duo they are right now. They're just connecting like it's nothing. They've only played like 7 games together, and they seem like they have like these cosmic wavelengths going. They're like, yo, bro, I'm here, and like
Great players work with great players.
Yeah.
I just hope Dembele has a healthy season.
And that's what we were talking about yesterday is Dembele has been fantastic, but he's only been doing it for 8 games or something.
yeah. How long?
You need to be consistent, and he needs to stay healthy. He's got the qualities. A fantastic player.
I've said it. You know, Neymar, best player in the world. Ousmane Dembele, best number 7 in the world right now.
Wait, what?
Ousmane Dembele is the best number
Nice
7 in the world
though.
right now.
But if Mbappe is the best player in the world.
He's not. Neymar is. Neymar's number 10.
He said Neymar is the best player in the
I'm
world.
going to leave. I'm going to head out.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I said Ruben Diaz. So
Yeah, you know what? You've
So,
had some
but
shockers.
Do we
already
actually
today.
think
I know
Dembele is the
it's
best number
Victoria
7 in the world
pleasing.
right now?
I know Victoria pleasing farmers, but the way that Dembele was able to win that ball back, I was so impressed. That's a Sir Alex Ferguson type of player.
shout out to
He really needs to prove himself though,
I
because he's
know.
been injured so much now,
Like-
and he's had the quality. When they were younger, it's Mbappe and Dembele. They were the 2 stars, and
Just
it's
the way, just the way he's able to pick out Lewandowski though, so far has been so good. Like Lewandowski makes the perfect run, he's in the perfect place. Dembele sees it, boom, ping pong.
Shout out to Jan Sikorda, though, for scoring that goal in the
Hey.
new camp.
There you go.
Shout out to
You
him.
see that center back you like?
It wasn't him, but
Shoot, so close. Also a hat trick for Lewandowski as
Yeah.
well. Let's move on to Bayern and Inter. Nice little 2-0 outcome for Bayern.
it's a clean. It's just one of those clean Bayern victories.
Yeah.
You know,
That
to get
second goal was great.
the second goal, the own goal.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it great? I did not watch this game.
Oh, it was just great, fantastic team play by Bayern. Where it was just like one pass to another pass, boom, boom through the box, like slicing and dicing the defense, and then just went off a defender.
Just how Bayern
fair
is.
enough.
I wish
That's
I
what-
could describe things
That's
better.
what Bayern.
No, you're right
That's
though.
what Bayern does, and like we talk about comfortable and clean. They know how to beat. They know how to win games
Hey,
when,
that-
when
that-
it actually
that's a
when it
tough-
comes down to it.
It's a tough test to go away to Inter Milan. I mean, Italy, you know they're going to be defensive. They're going to be strong in shape. To get a 2-goal victory, that's a good start.
But Inter
to
have
their
not
group.
been great. So
They have not.
They're struggling.
Let's
So
keep going. Is there anything else to talk about those games?
No, I was gonna move on to two others.
I wanted to talk about the insanity that occurred at the Wanda
Oh,
Metropolitano.
I wanted to do that one last, but that's fine.
okay, we can save some insanity to the
Okay,
end.
because I had one more match that I wanted to talk to before we got to that one, because that one was a 90th minute
This is
classic.
Fucking wild.
But the one that I wanted to talk about just really quickly before we get into the grand hurrah of it was the Tottenham Marseille 2-0 match. It was kind of played into not necessarily Tottenham's hands, but a little bit of each team's hands. Marseille had a red card as well. It was a chippy match as you kind of expected, but Richarlison,
you know he's showing up.
Yeah.
He's actually been good when he's
Yeah.
been playing now, and for maybe a little bit surprising, but he's showing Conte that he should be in the starting 11. You kind of feel bad for Kulusevski right now, was great,
Mhm.
and now he's kind of getting out of it because you're not taking out, even though Son is not scoring, you can't take out Son.
Well, that's what my question was going to be. If you're Tottenham, who's your front three? Is it Richarlison, Kane, Son? Is it Kulusevski, Son, Kane?
Well,
really,
no matter
who are
what
you
it is,
putting
it's
out
a
there?
great.
Yeah,
Off the bench
it's so
player.
nice to have that competition. I mean, the second that one of those players underperforms, you have the backup ready to come in. Does Heung-min Son get dropped? Not yet, I don't think. I think you give him some more time because eventually
He's getting into the right places.
He
He's
is.
playing still good. He's just not scoring.
Eventually, it has to work for him. Eventually, kind
But
of.
it's a
thing.
comfortable win for
It
Spurs.
is.
And
I loved after the game seeing Richarlison with his dad, how much it meant to him.
Richard mum and Richard dad, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard the son. Thank you. Yes.
But I loved how much
Come
it
up with
meant,
that?
No, I saw it all over Twitter today.
I loved how much it meant to him, how much those 2 goals in the Champions League meant to him. He was so emotional, and it was like it'd be such an awesome feeling to play in the Champions League, let alone score in the Champions League. So that outpouring of emotion is
that was his
Deserved.
first. That was
It
his
was
first
deserved,
Champions
you know?
League game,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. And that's what he said to Conte as well. I can't wait to hear the Champions League music. So also just want to note as well, Marseille had, I wish they could pull it out there. I wanted Marseille to
They
pull
don't
it out.
win. They don't do well in the Champions
No,
League.
exactly. That was kind of the talk as it got to the 75th minute. Richarlison's goal came really quickly after. But
I'm pretty sure the stat is like 15 games
yes.
unbeaten
I
or
almost-
beaten in the Champions League in a row.
I almost forgot Spurs were in.
Let's move on to
Clint
that.
Dempsey chose them to win it.
Yes.
Did he
yes.
actually?
I mean,
No,
Oh,
he wasn't
might have
that
to believe
his
him.
dark horse.
That was his dark horse to win it, but
Oh,
It's
God.
Clint-
where he is Milan winning it.
yeah.
All righty,
AC
let's.
Milan won the Serie A. Like,
Let's-
that's not.
Yes.
Talk insanity.
Yeah, that's
Because 81st minute, there's a red card for Porto. It is still 0-0 at this point.
Yeah.
90th minute comes along, still 0-0. Mario Hermoso steps up and thinks he wins it for Atletico the 91st minute. Wow, I won the game late on. Before the 96th minute, Porto get given a penalty,
Yep.
to which Mateus Uribe scores it 1-1. Wow, we've rescued a point at the Wanda. Great result for Porto. Nope. Antoine Griezmann comes in the 90th plus 11 minutes
Yep.
to win the game 2-1 for Atletico Madrid. I mean,
This is the kind of shit you expect in like
Diego Simeone.
in the knockout stages, but the first game of the group stage, it's just
This is some
hilarious.
bullshit.
it was a corner. It was a corner that was just flicked to him. He was standing at the back
telling
post all
me-
by himself. I went, okay.
Yeah.
You're telling me Atletico Madrid got 11 minutes of added time?
There was a penalty
Bro,
at a time.
I can barely get 2 minutes in FIFA of added time.
Hey, listen, you have a 68-minute shower. They're allowed 11.
Yeah, no, because we were streaming that day as well, but we were streaming the Liverpool match, and that one was out of hand. So we turned that match on, and we had Matt here, who is the biggest Atletico Madrid hater of all time. And Lucas, obviously, in Liverpool was already in shambles, and just watching him deconstruct after that goal from Griezmann was amazing. Amazing. He just breaks down going, of course, it's this man.
So, speaking about that, Matt, Barcelona have today, or was I'll be on
Yesterday.
Thursday, when the time of recording, they have opened up legal proceedings versus Atletico Madrid because they say that Antoine Griezmann has played enough minutes for them to get their 40 million euro payment
Already?
from last season.
Oh.
But Atletico's like, no, we timed it. He's okay. Because that's why he only plays half. He got subbed on in the 61st minute.
Yep.
It's half a game
That
for
was,
Antoine.
that was why we turned it on specifically at
Yeah.
the 60 minute, because someone in the chat's like, Griezmann's on. We're
Yeah.
like, we'll throw it on.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Barca's like, we got to pull the next lever.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Also in that match, quick shout out, we got to show a little Canadian love. Stefan Eustáquio
Stuck.
ran the farthest in that match. Second, I believe he had the second best passing completion or passing percentage in the entire match as well. Almost scored a couple of times
He
as
lo-
well
but
for
he lost,
Porto.
though.
So,
You
He
were-
did lose.
Yeah.
There were some Canadians who won for Club Bruges though.
yep.
They didn't start.
I promise you right now, Stefan Eustáquio will get into the World Cup team of the tournament.
Whoa.
No, he won't.
No, team of the.
I
You
hate to
do
break it to
realize
you.
you
understand how
realize you
Canada
have to
have
win to
midfielders?
do
They
that?
have to win games and get out of the group to do that.
You also would
Not
have
just
to
get out of
beat-
the group. You got to get to like the least like the quarterfinals.
Think of the midfielders he would have to beat for that.
Sorry, Kevin. Fuck off.
Luka Modric, all of France.
Is it funny that you're talking about Luka Modric and Kevin De Bruyne when they're literally in our group?
Yeah, what?
They're both in the
Luke-
Canada group.
You're talking about team of
Oh,
tournament
shit,
midfielders,
yeah.
and we literally had their.
Damn it!
So I'm onto something.
I'm not okay.
You're not onto something.
Yeah.
I love Canada. I hope, for the love of Jesus, Canada can score a goal and get a point in this World Cup. But there's no way we get out of that group.
First step is
Anyways.
score goal.
Anyways, Champions League. That was
That's a UCL wrap up.
lots of crazy moments.
I'm looking forward to match day 2. Let's preview a little bit of match day 2. Let me give you something here. Let me see what we need to be looking out for. Match day 2. Big games to look out for. Liverpool host Ajax. Rangers host Napoli. Bayern Munich host Barcelona. Celtic are away to Shakhtar.
That's the one right there.
Real Madrid hosts Leipzig. Man City hosting Dortmund. And Juventus hosting Benfica.
I'm excited to watch Rangers Napoli just so I can watch Kvicha toss around Rangers.
But Bayern
Toss.
Bayern Munich versus Barcelona.
Oh yeah,
is
actually, fair
back.
enough. Oh
and
yeah, it'd be great. I mean, Ousmane Dembele will eat alive those defenders.
Let's move on today.
You do realize he like plays on the same side against Alphonso Davies, like in this situation.
First of all,
Europa
I
League.
want to talk some bullshit happened in the Europa League, Brad. You
Yeah.
take the stage.
Yeah, you're damn right. Bullshit happened. There's corruption, conspiracy. On the day the Queen dies, UEFA decides to pull this bullshit over everybody's eyes.
I was shocked the game even happened, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
They
scared
don't.
you
They
like
don't
that.
have the time to reschedule this stuff.
The country is sad.
I agree.
Ronaldo is sad.
Harry Maguire is sad. Are you kidding? You know who's sad right now? Lissandro Martinez, because I
is sad.
feel for the lad. He's the hardest working player on that pitch, and he comes on at halftime, blocks a beautiful chance, blocks a beautiful ball off of his foot, off of his knee, up onto his elbow that's attached to his body. It's not like he's gonna rip it off and go, oh look, here's my arm. And it goes out of play, and then VAR comes in and goes, yeah, no, that's a penalty. Good call. Which, by the way, the ref shouldn't even have called that on the pitch right there. He should have just went, oh, okay, whatever. But no, they go to VAR. They go, yeah, no, hey, great call, lad. They
sorry,
just
Brett.
gave him a little bit of a, oh, yeah, good job, buddy.
Did they call it a pen
Yes.
right then?
Right
Yes.
then and there.
And a yellow
Wait,
card.
what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There was an immediate penalty, yellow card, and then VAR.
I guess it's so fast you don't see exactly what happened.
But
But, like slow
that's
motion.
what VAR is for.
Yeah, it's slow motion after seeing that. Even-
VAR has been on a stinker.
I
this
think
past
because
week
we
or
got
so.
two United fans there.
Yes.
Me and you find it funny that it happened. But
I
we're
was-
still like, that is bullshit.
I was watching. I was like, no, this is gonna be over. I looked. I was playing FIFA. I went, overturned. There's not even a question. Then I was like, wait, it has not been overturned yet. This is gonna be given.
Yeah.
And then you were like, the corruption's happening. I was like, this is corrupt.
Yeah, no, but like, there's another. It'd be something totally different if they were like, okay, go and check,
Yeah.
make up the call yourself. But they were just like, yeah, no, good for you. Like they didn't even tell him to go to the screen, take a look at it. They just went, hey, fantastic job. They gave him a virtual smack on the butt and said, let's go, let's continue on.
And I'm pretty sure they want to do that more. At least in the Premier League, they were saying that they want to send the refs to the screen more. Just go there quickly and look at it yourself, and you make the decision.
So, Brett, you tossed the actual official rules into our group chat. I'll read them. There will be no penalty awarded if the ball touches a player's hand/arm immediately from their own head, body, foot, or the head, body, foot of another player. It definitely did that. It definitely touched his leg before. Then it goes, if the penalty will not be awarded if the ball touches a player's hand/arm close to their body and has not made their silhouette unnaturally bigger. Again, Martinez's arm was literally beside him. Could not go anywhere else. Third, the penalty will not be given if a player is falling and the ball touches their hand/arm when it's between their body and the ground. That was not the case. His hand was on the top of his body, so that doesn't apply.
He was falling down.
He was falling, but that's for under him. And then it goes, the penalty will not be given if additionally, should the goalkeeper attempt to clear a ball from a teammate but fails, the goalkeeper will be allowed to handle the ball. Does not concern us. But 2 out of the 4, I think, should have made that penalty not a penalty.
Yeah, and you have to think about the reaction time as well. Where is he going to put his hand?
It was so close. Does it touch his arm? Yes.
Yeah.
No one's debating that. But is the closeness, it is the against his body, and then it hits him in the leg.
Yeah, it's a textbook block.
Yeah.
A textbook block. And the thing that really hurts is that it directly affected the outcome of the game. Like if it's the call and it got stopped, he sends it over, you go, okay, well, that's how it should have been. But it wasn't. The United didn't score the rest of the match, and you hand a club that didn't really deserve it a chance to win that match. And it's an important match. It's a European match. You have eyes on it from around the world, and you just go, yeah, no, you know what? We're fine with that. Yeah. That's not what that's not what VAR is there for. That is not what the sport is there for. You're here to grow the game, and if you're consistently sitting there and fucking it, then you're just losing people.
Yeah, so Martinez does get the yellow card and gives away the penalty. Mendez is the man who steps up to take the penalty kick. He does score. And like Brett said, United cannot score a equalizer, so it ends 1-0.
Yeah.
Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. Interesting. I thought your substitutions, your bench, I mean, you were resting players. You had a rotated side, but your backup goal scoring options you brought on were Alejandro Garnacho and Charlie McNeil.
Well, we brought on Sancho.
Sancho
Those
as
are
well.
two
And
good young
Fernandes.
players, Garnacho and Charlie. I've heard good things about Charlie McNeil. I'm not too sure about him.
Ronaldo.
But at the same time, I know why. Obviously, I'm kind of more annoyed with the VAR thing, but I'm also like, why can we score a goal against Sociedad? Like, we just do well against
You're at
Arsenal.
home. You needed to do better.
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have
yeah.
been in that situation.
Ronaldo seemed
Yeah.
very off the pace.
It's because it's the Europa League, not the Champions League.
He just seemed.
Champions League, 4 goals right
It's
there.
He
Yeah.
just seemed angry.
Yes,
because it's
Like-
the
like-
Europa
Well,
League.
there were
not-
times where there was a moment where the keeper dropped the ball
Yeah.
and he just went, oh,
Yeah, he-
dang,
he-
it walked away. If he would have just paid a little more attention,
Yeah.
that it's in the back of the net.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just seemed angry, not upset, not uninterested, just angry.
It's just his focus isn't there, I think, as well. You know,
Yeah.
You gotta also give the players some props though, because like you guys were saying, the game probably shouldn't have been happening
Yeah.
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 at the
Yeah.
time. There's probably
Never know exactly.
I think because I was thinking the same thing. Like that's a high emotion game, and they mentioned on the broadcast too. They were saying that you could really tell the tempo of the match was just kind of different.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't really guys going down, going really playing up the theatrics. There were no people going up to the ref screaming. There were no real ugly challenges. It just felt like a somber football match. Like it just felt
the fact
different.
that it was in England too. Like,
Yeah,
that's what.
exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like if I would have said that, everyone would be like, "Oh, you're making excuses." But 100%, I feel this. You could feel it was just different. It wasn't. But we'll see. Like we said for many of the other matches as well already. It's the first match week. It's not like United lost to Young Boys. So
How do you think like Arsenal? Because Arsenal, of course, they won 2-1. But how do you think it comes in like hearing the news? Because when like
It was
I
at
guess they were
halftime-
playing already.
It was halftime of their game because they
Yeah.
had the moment of silence at halftime, which had its own controversies there during the halftime. But like you did mention, Arsenal did win 2-1 away in Zurich. It was Marquinhos, the young Brazilian, who scored the first goal. He scored their goal. It was a good goal. Saka down the left, crossed it in, his back post, tapped it, and the man was overcome with emotion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? I
Oh,
missed that.
he slid to the corner flag. He was just weeping.
Cool.
So it was a
Really?
good- yeah.
Saka?
No,
No.
Marquinhos, because he scored
Christ, sorry.
his first
Wait, I
Arsenal
saw
goal.
the Queen died. You score?
No. It was and then Eddie Nketiah scored the second goal for Arsenal. It was good that they were able to rotate their side a little bit. They
I'm
gave some of these younger
surprised.
players.
I'm
a
surprised
game.
they didn't win by more.
Mm.
Matt Turner had a little bit of a shocking debut. I don't know if I'm pretty sure that was his debut for Arsenal as
I'm
well,
pretty
the American keeper. So a couple of tough mishandles as well for him. So we'll see if he can figure that out. But I had in my predictor a 4-0 victory
Yeah.
for them, and it was just 2-1. So.
Also in that Group A of the Europa League was PSV hosting Bodo Glimt,
Mhm.
which is the game I started watching. 'Cause I thought it was going to be exciting, and it was actually a decent game.
Yep.
Bodo Glimt actually were leading at halftime. There was 1-0 for them before Cody Gakpo was the man who equalized for PSV. What a good season he is having already.
yeah.
Let me take a look at his numbers. Man has in the
If you guys didn't get
Eredivisie,
Anthony,
6
you
goals.
probably would have had him. Hey.
Yeah.
6 goals,
Yeah.
3
So where's
assists
he
in
thinking
5
of?
matches.
Sorry?
6 goals, 3 assists in 5 matches.
Yeah,
in the
it's
Eredivisie.
crazy.
Who? Sorry?
Cody
Gakpo.
Gakpo.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things.
we went through the whole plethora there. Who? Where? Who? Sorry. What? Yeah. No. Did you hear the pregame? What's it called? Motivational speech.
Yes,
from
I
Bodo
did.
Glimt. All in English.
Yes.
First of all, but just that
Yeah.
I almost
haven't
ran
seen it.
through that wall
The cameraman stuck the camera between the player's legs.
between the
And
legs.
he was listening in, kind of thing. It was a great time.
Yeah, and-
I like Bodo Glimt actually.
But that almost comes to the Rangers deal as well.
Yeah.
Is the you sit there and you go, even if we don't win, just go
That's
out
what he
there
said.
and play like you're
Yeah.
proud of.
He said
yourselves.
I don't care what the score is at the end of this game. When we're in that locker room at the end of the day, I want you to look at everyone beside you and go, he tried his hardest. He ran. He made the tackle.
Oh,
he
it
took
all
the
even
shot.
matters.
But the Bodo Glimt manager is now being heavily linked with the vacant job at Brighton Hove Albion.
No.
Oh, I like that though. That'd be a good replacement.
It would be cool. It would be cool.
He's
It'd
had
be a
great
nice little
time
story.
at Bodo Glimt.
Not
Poor
a lot
Lalana.
of
Roma
real
lost.
big ones?
Roma lost 2-1 versus
Yes.
Ludogorets.
Yes, that is actually a
Bit of
shocking one.
shocker there.
3-0 for Sheriff. The Sheriff Dream is back alive,
I'm sad
baby.
though. They beat Omnia.
Oh, is that
That's
not good
Neil
for us.
Lennon.
Now we gotta compete with fucking Sharif.
Yeah, that's in your group.
Yeah, the
You got
bullshit.
Sharif and Neil Lennon in your group.
Oh, shit.
And you're already down.
Well, we'll
Boy.
bounce back. Well, I mean, it was one of those games.
1-0 victory for Monaco over Milan Borjan's Red Star,
That's a big.
which I'm shocked it was
Yeah.
only 1-0. Yeah.
Go Milan.
Borjan, yeah. I thought you were talking about like Milano in general for a second. so
Just
I
go
was
the entire city of Milan.
yeah,
I
big
love you.
Milano. Yeah, no. I think any other real Europa League conversations?
Not much Europa
Oh,
League.
didn't Roma lose?
Yeah, we
We
got
we,
there.
we,
Oh,
we
sorry.
talked about that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We got there. Moving into. Hey, you're good. You're good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
I'm
you.
going to talk a little bit about the Conference League.
Yeah, no-
specifically Hearts Midlothian. Not a good day of European football for Hearts Midlothian. They lost 4-0 to Istanbul Başakşehir in Edinburgh.
It was, eh?
Yeah,
I almost.
and they're
Not
they're not to ruffle feathers of either side of the political divide, but your moment of silence was rather shocking. You could sit there for 30 seconds and shut the fuck up. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Other, you know what? I will say there were a couple shocking outcomes there. Fiorentina drew with RFS. I've never heard of before.
RFS is out of Latvia.
Okay, that's why I've never heard of them. 1-1 draw for them there. I'm shocked by that.
West Ham?
4-3. Oh, I didn't see the West Ham one yet, but a 4-3 win for Villarreal over Lech.
That was a wild game. Lech from Poland.
I'm
They
very
scored
happy to
first.
see a Polish team actually scoring goals.
Yeah, and they scored first.
You tell me 2 Polish players had more goals combined than the fucking Polish club in Europe?
Hey, they tried.
But
How was Poznan in the Conference League? Oh my god, man.
West Ham beat Steaua Bucharest 3-1 at
Okay.
home. It's a good victory for them. Jared Bowen finally got on the score sheet. Partizan, not Red Star. They had a 3-3 draw, which they were it was 2-0 for Slovako out of where the
Slovakia.
hell is Slovako?
Probably Slovakia.
It could be. Let's see. Czech Republic.
Oh, dang it.
It was 2-0 for them.
Yeah.
Then Partizan got a man sent off, so 2-0 down, man down. Into the second half, they come out flying, scored 3 goals the first 10 minutes of the second half, and they're winning 3-2, and then they conceded in the 83rd minute, 3-3. But anything else really?
Yes, I want to talk about this. May not be an exactly popping off the page, but 3-1 victory for Basel over Pjonic. The interesting thing there, Liam Fraser, Canadian, getting an assist for Basel, coming off of a tough injury this past off season. Nice to see him contributing, and hopefully we'll see him contributing for the Canadian national team as well. A lot of Canadian representation today.
We'll end on this. Group F in the Conference League is one to watch. Both games finished 0-0, so it's wide open. It's wide open for anyone to top that one.
We love good football.
The Conference League is really, it doesn't get going in the group stage.
It's the same with Europa League a little bit. Europa League improves when those Champions League third place teams drop down. Same with Conference League when the Europa League third place teams drop down.
Can't wait for Liverpool to be in the Europa League come January, baby.
I really just like the Europa League, how it's like the second place teams of the Europa League play the third place teams of the Champions. Like I like how that works. And then
No, it's Europe. I mean, the European football is going to be exciting this year in all 3 of the competitions. I think genuinely there's going to be some good matchups. There's going to be some good talent discovered maybe on these smaller teams, and we'll see these names for years to come, kind of thing. I will say this, if you guys watching or listening have enjoyed the midweek Europa Champions Conference League wrap-up, please let us know in the comment section and on social media. Links are always in the description. Remember to leave a like and subscribe here to the 90th minute.
And
Before we
share.
wrap it up, anything else we need to talk about?
Blood clotting. Daniel Ricciardo should
Chill
be
out, Astrid Wet.
on.
From Brett, from Greg, from Waz, and myself, Liam. We will see you on Monday. Have a
Monday.
good one, everybody. See ya.